Hello, my name is Michael Lyngkjaer. I'm coming from the Nordic Genetic Resource Center, also called NordGen, where we, among many different things, operate a seed gene bank, and it is in this context I am here in this course teaching. So at NordGen we are operating a seed gene bank, conserving seeds. We are conserving seeds for around 35,500 different, we have 35,500 different seed samples from about 450 species. So in gene banks where we store a lot of seed samples, the knowledge about the seed samples are very important for the users in order to access and select the right seed samples to work with. And one major factor in characterizing these seed samples are using molecular technologies to know about the contents of chemical components. It could be fat, it could be nutrients, it could be starch, but also using DNA technology to have markers on the seed samples, because then it becomes much easier for users because they often know which kind of genes they want from the germplasm. So it's much easier for them to go into the gene bank through our website, through our seed portal, and choose the seed samples which have the right traits of their desire. So climate change, of course, affect very much the way we grow plants. The environment in which we grow plants are having new challenges which we haven't seen before in the different parts of the world. And to make new material that are adapted to this, we can go back to what we have been using before. We can use material which has been grown in other parts of the world who have desired traits, who could contribute to a better resilience against the climate change. But it's also very important to actually look to the wild, because for all the crops which we are growing, there are crop wild relatives. They are a genetic diversity pool for genes which we do not use today, and they might have the traits which we need. But unfortunately, these habitats, natural habitat, is also under threat from climate change. So it's important that we do collection in the wild and actually also add these crop wild relatives to the gene banks. Gene banks all over the world, they share what they have, and you can access genetic resources from everywhere in the world. This is under United Nations FAO's multilateral agreement that this is free for sharing. And in addition to where I come from, we also operate something called the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, which is lying near the North Pole, which is a second backup facility where gene banks from all over the world are depositing copies of the seeds which they have to the seed vault to store them there in case of an emergency. And the good example there is that back when the gene bank, the big international gene bank ICARTA, was lying in Aleppo in Syria, with the war it was destroyed, but they have actually managed to get a backup to Svalbard of all the material. And then when they were reorganized into Lebanon and Morocco, they got the seed back from the seed vault and could re-establish the whole collection of the seed bank.